Alright guys, Afterburn here. Today is the 12th, 11th, 12th of July, and we will be doing part 4 of Build the Star Trek Next Generation Enterprise D. I know I'm walking around, but that's just something I've drawn to try. Anyways, let's go to the table. And as I said, we're going to be starting stage 4, which covers stages 11 through 14. In stage 11, we'll be adding another skeleton piece and some windows to the Cobra neck with some lights. Stage 12, we'll be adding some spacers and another set of lights to the Cobra neck. Down here in stage 13, we'll be adding another skeleton piece along with the main impulse drive. And in stage 14, we'll be adding yet another piece of skeleton and the lights for the impulse drive. So we'll be seeing that all lit up. So, to start, we're going to need the Cobra neck, battle bridge, whatever you'd like to call it, it is what that is. And one of the first pieces we put in is this bank of very small windows, most of which are blacked out. I have tested these already. There's some bleed here, there's some bleed here. I've tried to do it with some electrician's tape to fix it, but you know, it's not an exact science. So step 1, they just want you to put the windows in right over there. These cables are going to get in the way, but they're in, they're held in, everything's level, everything's fine and dandy. Now what it wants us to do in step B is bend the yellow and black wire down at 90 degrees. I'm going to take some more out of that. And it also wants us to take the yellow and green wire out as well. And that's going to get bent back at 90 degrees. Because yellow and green are going to go up here on top. And yellow and black will actually go down here at the bottom with the reflector. And that is going to just get all held in with BP screws. I'm seeing I have plenty of those in my pack here. I don't want to have to undo them because I don't really want to let go of this. Lost one. And this is actually on an angle. Let's get the first one in. We just don't want to lose anything. There we go. Now that I've gotten 2 in, going for the third. To hold all that down. I've been dropping so many screws lately. Found the one I dropped earlier. Lovely. Now that I have all 4 in, I'm just going to tighten them up. And yes, these 2 will be used in the next stage, but I'm gonna show it off after I get it all hooked up. So here we go. That's in. Now we can put that to the side for the moment. As we bring in the next piece of frame, I'm going to have to bring this to the side to get a good shot on it because it will be kind of big. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the 2 spacers we have now, and that's where this piece is going to connect to. Just going to pre-oil the screw as it falls right off, of course. Just going to let it sit there, only just holding, because then I'm going to do this side. To hold it. Number 3. And finally, at least for this stage, number 4. And then I'll go back and tighten the first one up again. And there we go. And that is actually almost the halfway point. We're going to have 2 more pieces here and then probably 2 more pieces there. So it's about halfway. Getting big. Will probably be too big for the table eventually. But for now, that is the end of stage 11. And we'll move right on into stage 12. Because it's a lot simpler. But I am going to do some stuff out of order. I'm going to actually attach the framework pieces first. Which come in these trays. And we have the other window bank and reflector. So I'm going to tape do a little switcheroo and do it that way, mostly because I'm going to pause the video after I do so and check the blackout on that. So I'll leave those over there for the minute. That in the cage. We're going to bring the skeleton back over, and basically what I'm doing is we're going to attach skeleton pieces to both sides. So oil on the screw. We're going to use this side first. This is going to get kind of annoying. There we go. It's always the first screw that's a pain in the butt. Let's see what I can do here. Ah, boy. think maybe rounding the screw head. It's giving me problems, so I'm going to the provided screwdriver now. Right? It isn't the right. Yes, it is in the right spot. Okay. Now, with this one here, it's in the little gap, so you've got to be mindful of that. That is the correct placement. For these screws. Okay, and now that side's in, waiting for another piece to go there. I will grab the next frame bits. And in a complete mirror of what I just did, I'm going to do that. Bit of oil. Nice. Perfect. And then this one will go right there. And if you're concerned about the differences in height, consider this. The under skeleton will fit on the same bits. That was my phone just now. I sincerely apologize. I will answer that text message in a minute. The smaller ones are always tougher to get in because you've got the larger spacers already in place. So that it's kind of harder to get them in properly. Just to bring it closer to me. Let's see if this will work right now. Yeah. Okay. And that is the frame currently as it sits. And if you can think that is this big, yeah, this thing is going to be huge. So I'm going to pause it now so I can test the windows, and I'll be back in a moment. So as I was testing the light bleed on this, I came to the realization it's not half bad. Could be worse. So decided to roll with it. And, you know, tighten everything down. And that's the reason for using 2 cables, because each side went into individual sides. So, just for sake of awesomeness, I'm going to plug all the lights in and show you how that looks. And yeah, that looks amazing. So yeah, those 2 holes will be covered up by I think the shuttle bay doors eventually, so you won't have to worry about the light bleed there. But that looks pretty cool. Let's get all these unplugged. Okay. And then wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And that is all there is to do in stage 12. Put that off to the side again. And I'll grab stage 13. In stage 13, we're going to be working on another bit of framework, but we're also going to be adding the housing. The piece we won't be using in this one so far right now is this white piece. This will be going in stage 14. So I'll leave that off to the side. But let me bring the camera back to the front on the wobbliest tripod ever. And what we're going to do is we are going to slide the impulse engine right in, just like that. Hang on. Yeah, that's going to fit in right there. And will be held in with a new screw this time around, DP screws. Now I can make a DP screw section in the provided screw box. Only need 3. And 1, 2, 3, that's all we're going to do. Super freaking simple. Do the one in the center. Again, don't need it tighter than what gives you resistance. I've been watching MGO do this and the Ecto 1, and he's just been going a little over tight, but maybe he's got better resistance. But until you get resistance is fine. You don't want to strip anything, and you clearly don't want to break translucent plastic. It will wind up very bad for you. Speaking as a Transformer collector, any sort of action figure that has a load-bearing weight with translucent plastic is going to break. But anyways, that's the reflector in. And put that off to the side because we're going to need the big boy again. Ew, I'm running out of space. Okay, this will be quick. I forgot to upload this to my computer, so that's why I'm running out of space. I don't have a lot of SD space, so I'm going to end it right here. I'll come back to it once I have uploaded stuff to my computer and gotten rid of some space. So, see you in a little while. Alright, it's been a couple of days, but I had to take the time to get all the files off the camera here and get them loaded up onto my computer because I was running out of space on the memory card. But back at it to where we were. This piece just gonna go right here. And I have used a touch of oil on the screws. Just so I can get them all completely attached. Every now and again I get a screw that just won't go in properly, but that's okay. Things happen. And now I'm just going to cinch up all the screwing. Okay, so that is fully in now. And literally all I'm going to be doing on stage 14, pretty much the same. Though with a little extra. Adding a light to the neck piece. For the engine. So let's get these out. Alright. Now when you do get this, be careful. There's this little baggie with this little reflector in there. A clear plastic piece. You don't want to lose that. So right now I'm going to leave all the light pieces off to the side. And I'm going to get to work by adding the last of the framework pieces in this stage. Here's the first. I'm going to do the second one down here. Third will be right here. And as you can see, the top skeleton is coming back in on itself, which looks amazing. If I'm right, we should have at least 2 sections to fit that out. Hang on. Here we go. I should have 2 more sections to fit in. That'll come in stage 5. But for right now, readjust this tripod. I'm all set with that part of the build. Now, the main impulse engine reflector from 13, that was that white piece. Where did I throw that? Oh dear. Where did I put that white bit from part 13? these are all things from the GTR. Let's see. There it is. Okay. We want to take the white piece from stage 13 here. And into it, they want us to add the clear bit that we have in this stage just into the back. It'll be impossible to get out now, but there's a slot in the white piece. You just slide that in. And then it wants us to take the neck. Hang on, I'll zoom back out. Take the neck, and the white bit is just going to go right in there. Next step, and yes, I'm using the book in front of me so it's easier to see what I'm doing. I'm just untangling the wire. And it tells us we need to have one BP screw, which I have right here. Take the rest of them from the previous stage out, because you never know when you're going to need more. Okay. And on the silver bit that we have here, there's a lug and a hole, and what it wants us to do is put the light on the back like this. Use one of the posts there, and on the other side of that we're going to attach the light down get the screw on with a type BP screw. Okay. You don't want it too tight, but it's held on there. Maybe it's not. Okay. It's in. It's not great, but it's in. Basically, it wants us to fit this there and secure it down with 2x CP screws. Take those out. Come on. Pain in my butt. Now, I'm saying if your light bar for the impulse engine doesn't hold 100% perfectly, which I think why mine is being a pain in the buttocks. Don't really worry too much, because eventually there's going to be framework surrounding this whole thing. Much like with the saucer section, there's going to be a skeleton on top of this, so you're going to not have to worry too much. But, okay. Now that's all in, and the last thing they want us to do is to test it. Now, we've already tested all the windows, so I'm not going to redo it, but I will show you how the impulse engine lights up. Oh, that is pretty. It doesn't come across that great on camera, but in person it lights up beautifully. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. So worth it. Let's get this back out. Perfect. And actually, that is the end of issue 4. Yep. Just goes into the stories from each episode. Once episodes 6 through 9. 6 through 9. Nope. 10. 11. 6 through 12 of the first season. I'm pretty sure that by the end of this all, we're going to have, each magazine will have every issue, every episode of every season. So that's that. As I've mentioned before, I haven't mentioned this, but issue 5 I have gotten confirmation of. It's on its way. Next thing on my schedule is issue 18 of the GTR. And another thing that I'm actually excited to start building, this won't be videotaped unless the people want it. I'm doing the fan home release of the Iron Man Mark III armor. That's a me thing. That's a I want to do it because I want to do it type thing. Because I like Iron Man and all that, so I'm not going to film it unless you, my subscribers, want me to. So please comment below, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay frosty.